All right. Well, we are live.
Hey everyone.
Thank you guys so much for joining the Why Not You presentation. I'm Lisa Mohajay, and we have
Lauren Knight.
we have Lauren here, and I'm just going to go ahead and go directly into our presentation and share the screen. So give me just 1 second. So always technology is always so weird when it does that. It's like,
Are you there?
yeah, hold on 1 second. Can you see my screen?
Yes, now I can.
I don't know what it's doing. It's definitely doing something weird.
That's so bizarre.
But okay. It's good now, right?
I can see you now. Cool. Awesome. All right, well, there we go. So guys, we're so excited this week to be coming to you and talking to you about basically why not? The question that we've asked all of ourselves, all of us coaches have asked us this in the past. Why not me? You know, you see other people living the life that they want to live and daring to dream. You know, why not me? Why can't I be that person that's achieving my dreams? That's kind of one of the questions we want to answer tonight is why not you? And we've got a lot of just questions we're going to answer about coaching and things that we've all asked ourselves in the past before we decided to make the leap. And we want to kind of go over some of those things and maybe just misconceptions about coaching and things you might not know. And we're going to cover all of those for you guys tonight. Starting with our stories, right, Lisa?
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm Lauren, and I'm just going to go through a little bit of my process and how I became a coach, why I became a coach, and what's kind of happened for me over the last couple years. So I am in Austin, Texas now. I actually grew up, born and raised in the Decatur, Illinois area, which is where I met Lisa. And I'm a single, now I'm a single mom to an 8-year-old son, beautiful little boy named London, pictured there. I lost 30 pounds after becoming a part of Beachbody. And I also just said, I like to say I found my voice because I finally found something that I'm passionate about. We were just now talking, Lisa and I were about college and how we go to school and you think you know what you want to do with your life. And I don't know why they make 18-year-olds decide what you want to do with your life because you have no idea what you want to do. And I did that. I went to school, became a designer, worked for a few years, and then when I found out I was pregnant with my son, I decided to stay home. So my mom did with me, she stayed home with my sister and I thought, well, it's just what you do. I'm going to raise my child. Well, what I found out pretty quickly after deciding to stay home was that I was losing myself. I lost my sense of purpose. I'd only been in the work world for a couple of years and I felt like, man, I kind of gave up on all my hopes and dreams. I love my son and I'm so proud of him. He's healthy and perfect, but I was just fading into the background. I was discouraged about my body. I'd gained about 40 pounds during pregnancy. I was almost 200 pounds when I gave birth to my son. And I didn't like myself anymore. I was discouraged constantly, whether it was physically, emotionally. I was also very lonely at the time. I was in a very strange place where most of my friends were either just getting married or not having children yet, or they were a little bit older and had older children or grown children. So I didn't know anybody at the time that was going through this new mom thing. So I just felt very isolated and alone. And there's a lot, if you guys are moms, you know, there's a lot of like mommy judgment. And I felt like I couldn't say how discouraged I was about my body because I was a mom and I should just be happy that I have a healthy child. And if I complained about not liking my body or wanting to get back to my pre-baby weight, it's like that kind of got squashed and I felt really insecure talking about it. So there was a lot of emotional stuff going on for me and I decided to join a gym. I thought, well, that's what you do. You get out there, you try to get your body back. I was only 24 years old, so I figured this is what I need to do. I joined the YMCA, and lo and behold, that's where I met Lisa. She was a ray of sunshine in my life, and I do just need to take a quick side note and say, every time I talk about Lisa being the person that introduced me to Beachbody, I just have to be very, very clear of how thankful I am to her. And she will tell you, I'm sure 100 times that she didn't do this for me. She didn't build my business for me. She didn't give me the success that I did that. But if it weren't for Lisa and it weren't for her inviting me to be a part of this, I wouldn't be sitting here tonight and I wouldn't have been able to change my life. I wouldn't be part of the Million Club or a top 10 coach twice. That wouldn't have happened for me. So I always have to say thank you so much to Lisa for her just inviting me, basically doing what we're doing right now. She had her hand out to me back in 2010 and said, I want you to go on this journey with me. She didn't even know where she was going yet, and she asked me to come with her. So I'm so thankful for that. But anyways, after I met Lisa, she was teaching a Turbo Kick class. Turbo is another part of Beachbody. It's a whole nother program. I didn't know what Turbo was. I had no clue. I was there because the music was fun, Lisa was motivating, and I was in the back of the class. So I did not want to be up front. I didn't, like I said, I didn't like who I was. I was super discouraged about my body. I didn't want anyone watching me. So I stood in the back of the class and I learned, and I listened to Lisa. She was motivating and inspiring. She had so much energy. Every week I just looked forward to seeing her and her smile and feeling that energy she gave us in class. And she started talking about Beachbody. She started saying, hey guys, I became a Beachbody coach and I just want to share with you what it's doing for me, and I'm meeting all these positive people and I'm turning my life around, and all of these things that sounded so awesome to me, but I really didn't understand what Beachbody was. It didn't make sense to me because I didn't have a Beachbody. I didn't think I could be part of it because I didn't look the part. And she kept inviting and saying, you know, I'm going to do this program. I'm going to do a P90X class in January, and I want you guys to be part of it. Well, that scared me to death, but I also knew that from what Lisa had told me, it was the best program she'd ever done. It was the thing that had changed her body the most. She said I was in the best shape of my life when I did P90X. And she told us, the whole class, she said, I'm not in the best shape of my life right now, but I want to be again. I've signed up to do this Beachbody thing and I want to commit to it. So I'm asking you guys to do it with me. And that was kind of the catalyst for me. I said, okay, I'm going to sign up. I'm going to do this with Lisa. I'm going to do P90X, even though it scares me to death. I'm going to do it. She said I can modify it. If she can do it, I can do it. So I signed up to do it. And like an idiot, I signed up backwards. I bought everything from her. And when she said you should just be a coach, I said no. I said no like 4 or 5 times. I said I can't do that. I'm not ready. But then I invited one of my friends to do the P90X class with us. And my friend Jody purchased P90X from Lisa. And that was like the aha moment for me. I said, wow, okay, I'm not even doing P90X yet. And I invited someone that bought it from her just because I was doing it and I was committed to it. And I told Jody, like, I want to do this so bad. I want to get great results. I want to be ripped. I convinced Jody to do it with me. So basically I sold her the program, but then I gave the sale to Lisa. I was like, okay, got it. I need to be a coach, right? Duh. So I told Lisa, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do this with you. I don't know what it is about. I don't know how to run a business, but I think that if I could just get 2 or 3 people to do it with me and I make my money back, I'd be happy. And she said, yay, okay, good. I'm glad you're going to be a coach. I had no idea what I was signing up for. No clue. I watched a couple videos. I got involved with the company and I started falling in love with it. And guys, I guess I wanted to tell you that background because I didn't come into this business thinking I was going to build a business. I came into this thinking I want to get in great shape. I want to find me again. I like Lisa. I feel like she can help me get there. And then I realized that I could probably bring a few friends with me. That's it. I had no big pie in the sky ideas about what I was going to do. And I know I wrote like Million Club and Top 10 Coach here, but I just wanted to mention that first, that when I signed up, when I was in your position where I was wondering what this thing was all about, I had no clue. So let's fast forward 90 days. After I signed up to be a coach and did P90X with Lisa, I lost that 30 pounds. I drank Shakeology every day. I learned how to eat correctly. I learned how to love fitness and love transformation in my own body. And I also started sharing that stuff with people. I started sharing my transformation pictures after I had some afters. I was not that girl out there putting my befores out, before and after. Trust me, that's scary. But I started sharing my progress. And what I found was that people had heard of P90X for years, right? It's not like they'd never heard of the product, but they now knew someone that was getting results with it. And just me sharing my journey was helping other people get motivated. And that was so fulfilling to me. Over the next 90 days and then 6 months and a year, I started to grow a business. And over the next 2 or 3 years, I actually earned $1 million as a Beachbody coach. And earning that full-time income, I like to share now, has allowed me to rely on myself. I'm now a single mom. Last year I went through last couple of years, I went through separation and divorce, and I didn't have to worry about where the income was going to come from, or if I was going to have to go back and get a job, or how I was going to support myself or my son. I didn't have to worry about that. I just bought a brand new home. I was able to support myself because I've been building my dream for years, the last 7 years. And I'm so proud of that now that I can stand on my own 2 feet. I also was a 2-time top 10 coach, meaning in 2 different years, 2012 and 2013, I was one of the top 10 coaches in the entire country with Beachbody. The last 7 years during this business has just given me a whole new perspective on life and a new passion for helping other people, other women, other moms, and now other single moms be able to find that same joy and passion and income so that they can support themselves and their family. So that's a little bit about me, and now I'm gonna turn it over to Lisa, who is
so awesome, Lauren. You have such an incredible story, and I'm seriously just so thankful for you. I'm so thankful that our paths crossed and that we met, and hearing you say you were able to get through the last couple of years without having to worry about your income or surviving or how you're gonna make ends meet because of this business, and it just shows everything works out for a reason, and things fall into place, and this was such an amazing plan for you. I'm just going to actually close out of my Google Chrome because it's like sending up notifications. I'm like, okay, I don't think anybody needs to see my oh shoot,
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, hang on one second. I don't know what it's doing now actually. Okay, hold on guys, 1 second.
Maybe stop screen sharing and start it again.
Yeah, good idea.
You could see the screen while I was talking, right? They could see the.
Yes, at first we couldn't, and then Jatana messaged, and she's like, we can see her, but we can't see the slide. So hold on 1 second. I wanted to get my Google Chrome off because it was popping up like all of my messages from notifications. I was like, okay, let's stop that. That's not good. All right, let me go back to the screen share, and then just let me know if you can see my screen. All right, can you see it?
Got it, yes.
Yay! All right, so you guys, seriously, Lauren has just been an amazing coach, and a lot of times we think, we're bringing people into this business to help them, but she has literally helped me every bit as much, if not more, than I've helped her. Just the encouragement and, just kind of pushing each other to achieve these goals and to become better and to do more. And so the business really, truly is amazing because you meet so many awesome people that you wouldn't have met without this business. And we're going to talk about that later. But I just want to thank Lauren for, everything that she has done and the person that she's become. And I'm so proud of her. But like she said, we are from a small town in central Illinois. So I grew up in a town of 1,300 people in a town called Warrensburg, Illinois. And, I have always struggled with my weight. I've always struggled with self-confidence. I've always struggled with trying to find my purpose, my passion, trying to feel like, did I even matter? And I was constantly trying to do more. It's like I went to college, I ended up getting pregnant and coming home, and then, lived in public housing for a while. I was on public aid, ended up, job after job. I finally found a quote unquote, a good job. And it was a good job. I enjoyed the people that I worked with, and it definitely served its purpose, and it paid my bills at the time somewhat. But it was like I went back to school, I got my paralegal certificate. I went back to school, I got my bachelor's degree. In between that time, there was a time where I was delivering newspapers before work, just to make an extra income to try to get past where I was at. So my whole life, I just felt like I was searching for something, like there had to be something more out there, that this wasn't the life that I was supposed to be living. I was working as a secretary in a corn refinery plant, and I just felt like this isn't it. There's got to be something more out there. So my fitness journey with Beachbody actually started on VHS tapes. So I started with Power 90 and started with the VHS tapes, and I would pop those in the basement before I would go to work. So I'd set my alarm for like 5 a.m. every single morning. I was 185 pounds, so I was a size 16. And I just remember thinking, I've got to do something different. The turning point for me was my mom always wanted to take pictures, and I was always the person that said, no, don't take my picture. And I would get so upset and so annoyed because I didn't want to see myself. And it was a New Year's that she had taken a picture of me and my brother. And I remember seeing the picture and I was like, who is that? Like, what happened? And from that point on, I made a decision that, okay, I have to do something different. I'm not happy with my life. I'm not happy in my relationship. I'm not happy with who I am. I remember like walking out of the grocery store and constantly I would look down at the ground because I didn't want to make eye contact with anyone. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed of who I had become. So I started with Power 90, moved on to Turbo Jam. First I lost 38 pounds and then, just kept going. The weight, kind of crept back up a little bit and then it would fall off. I mean, I was working full time. When I went back to school full time is when I started to gain a little bit of that weight back. But I just kept going until I got it, until I figured it out. And thanks to, Beachbody and the programs is what has been able, and the team and the accountability and support is really what got my weight off and has kept it off. So, I have lost almost 60 pounds working out at home. I'm the type of person that I despise the gym. I don't like going. I don't know what I'm doing. I get bored. I'm bouncing around from equipment to equipment and I actually gain weight. And that's because I don't have a program. I don't have a plan and there's nothing pushing me at the gym. So I had been familiar with Beachbody programs. And like Lauren said, had started teaching Turbo Kick at our local YMCA. And don't think that I am a fitness expert or a professional by any means. Like I literally got certified to teach Turbo, and Turbo is Turbo. You have to have some choreography experience to know what you're doing. And I remember my coach, Christina, had come down from Chicago and done the certification. And literally like a week later, I was teaching this high-paced class that was to choreograph, to sound, to the music, everything. And I literally had to stop the music and I was like, okay, guys, I'm so sorry. We're going to do some kickboxing because I couldn't do it. But I said I was going to give myself 3 more tries, and if it worked, great, and if not, I was done. By the 3rd class, I was hooting and hollering, having fun, wearing glow sticks, bringing in neon lights, and having a blast. So in between that time period, I met Christina in February of 2009. I was watching what she was doing. And she was so positive and so encouraging. And to me, she was like this big city girl. And here I am, this small town girl. And I was like, I wanted to be like that. I had no friends. I had no social network. I've always felt kind of homely. So I envied her. I wanted to be a part of something special. Whatever she was doing, I wanted to be a part of it. So I just kept following her. And at the time when I met Christina, I was same as Lauren's situation. I was in the middle of a separation and going through a divorce, and I just kept watching her. And I was on a webinar similar to the one that you're on this evening in July. I got through about the first couple of slides and I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. And so I had saved up my birthday money because at the time I had no money. At this point, I was living in a house that I couldn't afford. Like I was getting foreclosure notices left and right. I was borrowing money from my mom all the time, and there's those darn Chrome notifications. So I was at the point where I knew I had to do something different, and I knew that I had to make it happen. And I considered doing some of the other home-based businesses, but they weren't right for me. I wasn't passionate about candles. I would have been too embarrassed to sell the romance parties. And I didn't have time to work full time, buy this huge kit of inventory, take time away from Tierra to go set everything up, sit there for a few hours, try to sell products, box it all up and leave. So I used my birthday money. I got signed up as a coach, and I had basically no expectation, you guys. I thought if I made $100 a month, that would be awesome, because at the time I would come home and the power was off or the water was off, or, there's a repossession notice for my car and I'm in tears and I'm panicking, like, what am I going to do? So I thought $100 a month would mean I would no longer have to scrounge around for 70 cents to drive through McDonald's and get a hamburger. I would no longer have to eat mayonnaise sandwiches, and just to be able to put some food on the table for Tiara and I. So I got signed up, and the first 6 months was literally, my life was turned upside down, but it was turned upside up at the same time. So I was recently divorced. A week after signing up as a coach, my grandmother passed away. Like I said, I was broke. I had to pull Tiara out of her private school, put her into public school. My car was eventually repoed. I was finally able to sell the house without filing for, without including it in the bankruptcy, because I did end up filing for bankruptcy. And Tiara and I moved into a dark, dingy 2-bedroom apartment. I had a mattress on the floor, and I still kept going. It was like, even though in that 6 months I filed for bankruptcy, my other grandmother passed away, it was like one thing after another that could go wrong with my life was falling apart. But on the other side, there was this amazing thing happening. And I remember going to work one day and someone saying, "How are you so positive with all of this stuff going on?" And looking back now, I realized it was because of this business, because of the people, because of the team, because of this sense of purpose and feeling like, for the first time in my life, that my life mattered, that I was making a difference, is what got me through that tough time. Otherwise, how else would I have gotten through that? So it was literally kind of one thing after another. In about 18 months, I had more than doubled my income with Beachbody than my full-time income. So I was able to retire at 34 years old. And that was something that, I was brought up. My dad was blue collar. He was a truck driver. He was over the road. My mom worked receptionist positions when I was younger, and then she eventually worked full-time. So I was raised that you get a job and you become a loyal employee, and then when you're 65 or 70, you can retire. So when I retired at 34, it was really like kind of scary, right? I was a single mom and I'm quitting my job, and everybody thought I was bananas, but I did it, and it was the best decision of my life. The business constantly continued to grow. I retired April 1st of that year. And then a few months later, Tiara and I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. So like I said, I always felt like I wasn't living where I was supposed to be living. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing, that God had some crazy, amazing purpose for my life. I just didn't know what. So Tiara and I moved to Atlanta. We were here for about a year, and then I met my husband, Paj. And it's just been an incredible journey, amazing journey, that if it wasn't for Beachbody, I would still be sitting in the cubicle at a corn refinery plant, getting nowhere in my career, in my life, and my finances. And so this has just totally transformed my life in every single way. I have earned multi-millions of dollars with Beachbody, and I know that that is hard for people to even grasp, because when I was on a webinar just like this, I remember the slide very specifically where she said, what would you do if you earned $100 a month, $500 a month, $1,000 a month? And I thought, no way, there's no way I'm ever going to make that much money with this business. But if I could make $100, in the back of my head, I was thinking maybe $500, that would be life-changing. So it's really hard to grasp what that income is like, and what you can do with that, and how that changes your life. And this is really about your family, your family's destiny, the legacy that you're leaving behind, and the dreams that you want to create and see come true for your kids. And that's what this business is about. And that's about me.
I love hearing it every time. It's awesome.
I know. I think that our stories are just so crazy, and our lives have changed so much. I literally think that we have so much to share. We could just keep going and going.
For me is that when I was getting signed up with you, I didn't know any of that about you. You didn't share that immediately. So I was that person just saying, you're the most positive person I know. but I didn't know what was going on. You weren't sharing all of that background story until maybe a couple of years down the road when you turned around and started sharing about the bankruptcy and all that stuff. And I was like, I had no clue.
Yeah.
You know? It's just amazing to me.
Yeah, it's not a very sexy thing to talk about, but it is definitely something that a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah, I know, it's so real and authentic, and I think that's why I love this business so much, is that it's not the perfect people that do well. It's the people that have gone through something tough. And when you realize, okay, I've been through some junk in my life, and yet maybe I can do this too because she's been through some junk. I love that about it.
Yeah, we all have our junk. It's just, you know, being relatable and sharing it with others and using that junk to turn it into something more. So
yeah. Well, guys, you know, who is Beachbody? I think that's one of the big questions. When you hear, oh, I'm a coach with Beachbody, you know, what does that even mean? And I'll tell you, when I got started, the word Beachbody meant literally nothing to me. When you said P90X or Insanity, I knew what that was. But now Beachbody has such name recognition because they are everywhere. They're in the gym, they're on TV, they're on the infomercials, I see them on commercials during main events. I mean, it's everywhere because Beachbody does a really good job of keeping up with the times. At the time, like Lisa said, she was using VHS tapes. When I signed up, I was buying DVDs. Now, you know, times have changed so much that DVDs are kind of irrelevant. Now it's all on demand, and it's stuff that you can get using your Apple TV or Roku. I love that they're changing with the times and consistently bringing out new, better, more innovative programs. They've come a long way from Power 90. All of the programs that you see listed and more that are not on here, that's all Beachbody. It's the parent company to all of the programs that you see: Insanity, P90X, Turbo Fire, PiYo. We've got 21 Day Fix, Max 30 now. We just came out with Quarter Force. There's so many. And of course, Shakeology. It's the parent company behind all of those. And you can read some of the credentials here. But to us, it's the leading provider of fitness and nutrition and weight loss programs that deliver results. And that's the biggest thing for us, is it's results driven. If you go to YouTube right now and you look for fitness transformations, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a Beachbody product because that's what people use for transformations. And that's what's so cool about this business, is it's not just about fit people that want to get fitter. It's for the person who literally doesn't know how to work out, like me, who said, okay, I guess I can follow this dude and because he's going to show me exactly how to lift this weight. I don't have to know anything. I just have to follow the system. I just have to put one foot in front of the other and do exactly what they say, follow the directions, and I'll get the results. That's what I love about it. And that's who Beachbody is.
Yeah, and I think it's important to know too that this isn't like a fly-by-night organization. Like, they've been around for a long time, and it's $1 billion company. So it's not some rinky-dink company that isn't going to back you up. Like, they're there, and you know, the founders of the company are Carl Deichler and John Congdon, and they are at every event. Like, you have access to the CEO of the company, and what's so cool about them is they are both so down to earth. And you know, a lot of times Carl's wearing his Converse shoes and his ripped up jeans, and you know, he just looks like one of the guys. And that's what I love about this business, is it's just everyday people helping people, and that's what's so cool about it.
So who can be a coach? If you're on this tonight, you're wondering, well, is this me? Is this for me? I want to let you know that anyone can be a coach. If you are motivated, if you're willing to help other people, and if you're a hardworking individual, you can be a coach. It doesn't matter if you're at your goal weight. It doesn't matter if you had a background in fitness. Maybe you are a trainer, maybe you're not. I have had no formal training in any type. I did get certified in Turbo as well, but I never taught a class. It doesn't matter what your background is as far as fitness goes. When I signed up for this, literally had no experience. Never had a training session with a trainer, nothing. So if you have a desire to help other people, and if you're motivated to make an income for your family, and you'd like to get some of your own results, then being a coach is probably perfect for you.
Yeah, and one thing I know that a lot of times people wonder is, like, they don't have a big network. And I didn't have a huge network. Like I said, you guys, I was from a town of 1,300 people. So the cool thing with social media is that you can build this business from anywhere. It doesn't matter if you have a huge network or not, you can do it. So
that coach life, what do coaches actually do? What's the type of stuff you will do as a coach? I wanted to kind of break it down for you using the slogan that Beachbody uses on everything, and that is decide, commit, and succeed. And you've heard from both Lisa and I about our own personal journey and how this is manifested in that journey. So both of us had that moment where we had to decide that we wanted to make a change in our life. So you need to choose to start working on a better you. That's the very first decision you make. And maybe you're already on that journey. Maybe you're watching this tonight because you've already decided and you're already in the middle of a program, or you've finished 3 programs and you love it. You've picked that program, you picked your shake, you love the products, and you've gotten started on your goals. You've already made that decision. That's the first step in becoming a successful coach. The second step is committing daily. It's living that and working it and sharing it and connecting with other people. That's what we do as coaches. It is really about sharing the journey that we're on. One reason I love what we do is that it's not sales. I don't feel like I'm ever selling anything to anyone because I'm using the products. I'm literally sharing. If I didn't sell it, I would still be talking about it. I know lots of people that work out and use these programs and they aren't coaches and they still talk about it every single day because it's changing their life. So it keeps you from feeling like a salesperson because you never have to actually sell. What you're doing is constantly sharing your journey and sharing the results and the changes that you're getting. And then thirdly is the succeed part. When you turn around and you start showing other people and inviting them to join you in the journey, that's where the success comes in. I know for myself, when I first started seeing huge results, I was so excited with my own body, right? When you lose that 30 pounds and you drop 3 or 4 sizes and you see yourself in a different way, that's exciting. But when you get to pass that on and let someone else see those results, and when you have people coming to you and saying, wow, because of you, I actually got started and I'm starting to see my body change. For some reason, that meant 10 times more to me than my own results. I mean, I love changing my body, but when someone else gets the results, I get chills. I get that deep satisfaction that I've done something worthwhile. And I think that's why coaching felt like I finally found my niche and my voice. Is I was doing something for my job that had a purpose to it beyond just making money and paying my bills. I was doing something that had a lasting impact in the world and was helping other people. And that's why the success feels like such a reward. I know Lisa feels the same way because she's done it over and over again with all the coaches and customers she's helped.
Yeah, it's such an amazing business and so rewarding. And I think it's interesting too how this part of the business was founded. So Beachbody was around first, and the network, the coaching business, didn't start until a few years later. So before, Facebook and everything, Beachbody had these message boards, and they saw people doing this naturally. Like people were encouraging each other and supporting each other, and they were sharing, what workouts they did and what worked best, and they were supporting each other. And so that's how the coaching business naturally formed. And that's exactly what it is still today, is just sharing your personal journey and inspiring people along the way. And then, like Lauren said, the greatest reward, we've talked a lot about finances and that income, but the greatest reward and the greatest feeling comes from knowing that you made a difference, that you were significant in the lives of other people. So the team is one of the most amazing things about this business, because I know a lot of people have hesitations about joining because they're afraid that they're going to be alone. Like they're not going to have that support. Like maybe they can't do it. But the team is made up with so many amazing people that you're going to connect with and relate to all over the United States and Canada. You're really going to feel like you've instantly joined a family. And everybody is on the same mission of getting healthy and getting fit and helping other people along the way. So the team, we are part of the fastest growing team in the network. And I know we have the next slide that's going to go into a little bit more detail about what we offer as the team and how we're going to help you and support you. But I think the most important thing for you to know is that you're not in this alone, that we are all in it together. And we just have so much fun, and we just truly love each other. Like there is no other business. If you go to work and you're in a cubicle, that person next to you doesn't really care if you're successful or not. But in this business, everybody loves each other. Everybody supports each other. Everyone's there for each other. There's so much motivation and encouragement that comes from the team.
Yeah, and a lot of times people think about, oh, well, to build a big business, I have to recruit a lot of people, right? And what I've realized and noticed over the last few years is I don't even think about this as recruiting people anymore. It's like gathering all of my best friends together. I'm meeting people constantly and bringing them into my life and falling in love with them. My very best friends now are all people in this business. It's because we're all growing in the same direction on a consistent basis. We all have the same goals and dreams and desires for our life. We're constantly working on them together so that, that term of find your tribe and love them hard. That's exactly what happens in this business is you find people with common interests just like you. They are attracted to what you're doing because they have the same thoughts and desires that you do. You bring them into the fold and then you learn and grow together. And I guess sometimes people get nervous I'm a homebody or I'm an introvert and I don't feel like I'm going to be able to, I don't have a big loud personality. That's okay. There are a million people out there just like you, and you're looking for those people. You want to find people like you. And that's one of the things we do in training too, is teaching you how to find your network, teaching you how to find your niche market. And that's the stuff you'll learn. The next slide is going to talk a little bit about the training, but building your team is the fun part. It's bringing all of your friends together and meeting your new best friends that you didn't even know you were going to have.
Yeah, I know. I've heard one coach compare it to kind of like your own sorority. It's like you're your sorority sisters. Really, it's like you're your life cheerleaders. You're bringing each other on. You're cheering each other on. You're helping each other. You're building friendships. It's truly a business built on friendships. And like Lauren said, we're going to teach you how to do all of this. We have a lot of team calls, and team calls for this business, it's not like your typical conference call where it's boring and it's not interesting. Like, we have fun. I think that's so important, is that we have so much fun together. We have regular calls where you're going to stay up to date what's happening. You're going to learn the basics as well as advanced training when you're at that next point. The events are so much fun because you've made all of these new best friends, your new BFFs on Facebook, that you've had this connection with. Like, you feel like you have met them in person. And when you go to these events, you get to meet them live, and it all comes together, and you get to wrap your arms around them in the flesh and jump around and scream and have fun. But at these events, you also get to learn from top leaders within the network. And, you have the opportunity to just continue to learn and grow and become the best version of yourself and the tools that you need to be successful in this business. And the picture in the middle is actually obviously Lauren and I, but Tara Carr is on the left of Lauren, and Christina Solons is on the right. And we are basically in the same structure. So Christina is my coach. That's who I signed up with. And then Lauren signed up with me. And then Tara signed up with Lauren. And
4 generations.
We got 4 generations right there. So that would kind of make me the great grandma, I guess. But I think what's super cool about this picture is that we were all pretty much small town girls. I thought that Christina was this big Chicago city girl, but she was actually born outside. Everybody says they're from Chicago, but they're like an hour and a half away from the city. So she's a small town girl also. And just like Tara, and every single one of us, we are all in the Millions Club. So we're doing something right, and we want to help you. We want to bring you on. Your success is our success, and we want to see everyone on the team succeed. That's what's so cool about this business. And then mentoring, again, your coach is going to be there for you every step of the way. If you want to walk, and that's okay. A lot of people want to walk. They're not sure at first what they really want to get out of this business. We're going to walk with you. But if you want to run, from day one, I remember Lauren saying she wanted to make $1 million. And in my mind, I wasn't there yet. And I was like, wow, she wants to make $1 million. So she was ready to run. And even though I wasn't sure, I still ran with her. We ran it together. And again, you're not alone in this business. You have so much support and knowledge and tools and training available at your fingertips 24/7. So it doesn't matter if you work full time. I worked full time when I built this business, as a lot of people do. The training is available. You work your business on your schedule when it's right for you, and it's all there for you.
So there's a few other common questions that we probably didn't cover, and we want to make sure we hit those tonight, because if you're on here and you've got questions, they're probably the same ones we had when we got started. So one of the first questions people ask is, what is it going to cost? What does it cost to be a coach? Well, I love this now, because when I got signed up, like I said, I did it the wrong way around, and I bought all my products separately. There were no challenge packs. I bought P90X for $100. I bought Shakeology for over $100. And then I signed up as a coach for $40. So I paid for everything a la carte. It used to be that way. Beachbody has made it so simple now. So if you've already purchased a challenge pack in the past and you've done that and you've got your Shakeology and your program together at a discount, you can actually sign up as a coach for absolutely nothing. You get reimbursed for the cost because it's included in your challenge pack sign up. If you don't have a program yet and you're like, I think I want to get started, it's included in the cost of your programs. You don't actually have to pay anything. If you're simply signing up as a coach with no products, then it is going to be that $39.95 as always. But of course, the better deal is to go ahead and get your products and do it all at the same time. After that, it's $15.99 a month. That's your coach fee. That's all you ever actually have to pay. Oh, are you still there? Lisa? I don't even know if I'm still alive. It says she's no longer presenting, so I'm not sure if I'm still on here or not. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and keep going and try to finish this up because I do have the presentation myself here somewhere. Oh my goodness, all right. Hopefully she texts me and let me know here in a second if I'm by myself or not. Oh, we didn't prepare for that. Oh, where is my presentation? Guys, hold on one second. I'm gonna pull it back up here because I still have it somewhere. I'm so sorry. It says I'm still alive. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just go through the questions because I have them. Oh, this is her right here. Oh, she said she lost me. All right, well, I will hang up and retry again.
Hey,
Did we lose you or lose me?
I don't know.
Ah! Is it still live?
Yes, we are live. You just, for some reason, my camera is not working now. So
Okay.
why don't I know we're almost to the end.
I've got the questions up right here.
Okay, do you want me to make you the presenter and then you can share your screen?
I'll just go through the questions.
Okay.
That's the last one. So the first question we had was, what will it cost? I think I covered most of that before I got cut off, right? And then
Yes, you did.
Okay, so I don't know how far I went before it cut off, but it is $16 a month to be a coach, and that is your monthly fee. So basically that covers your website costs and your coach relations and customer service and all the promotional material that Beachbody puts together for you. And most importantly, it covers the fact that you're now able to retail the products and to earn an income. So that's what it costs, $16 a month. It allows you to create a multi-million-dollar income. So drop mic pretty much right there. That's the most awesome thing ever as far as I'm concerned. The next question was, do I have to push sales? And we kind of talked a little bit about that. You can cover that one if you want, Lisa.
Yeah, it's funny because I was actually talking because I didn't know if you were still there or not. So I was like talking as well to myself. But I think, what's so cool about this business is you don't have to be a salesperson. And in fact, I encourage people to not be a salesperson, because if you come across salesy, like you're just trying to make a sale, you're not going to be successful. In this business, you really truly do have to make it about the person. You have to find out what are their goals. Is this something that is even right for them? And how can you help them? Like, that's what the business is about. It's a business that's truly built on friendships and helping other people. So absolutely, you do not have to be a salesperson. I was a secretary in a corn refinery plant with zero sales experience. So yeah, absolutely not.
I went ahead and shared my screen. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and go through to that page. So then the next question was, what if I don't have a big network? Lisa already kind of covered that. Y'all, I had like 300 friends when I started this. And I don't think I probably knew 200 of them. You know, they were like my friends' parents and stuff. So I will 100% be right there with you when I say, look at my network and said, I could not do this if it was just my current friends and family. But that's the whole thing, is that you don't actually want to just use your own friends and family. We're going to teach you how to grow a bigger network. It's 100% okay to start there and to start small, but you're going to learn to grow your network as time goes on, and you're going to have to expand your network if you want a bigger business. And then the next one I would love is, shouldn't I be more fit first? And that's why I included my photos here. I want to let you know that, yes, there have been times in my business where I was super, super fit, had awesome abs after I finished Insanity Max 30. But I will tell you, what has sold this business for me is not those after pictures, it's the before picture. It's because people can connect to who I was before. It really isn't about how great I look today or after how great I looked after a program. It's the fact that I came from somewhere that people can identify with. So should you be more fit before you start? Not necessarily. The day that I started coaching, I actually had not done one single workout with P90X yet. I took these pictures on, I think it was January 7th, and I signed up as a coach on like January 3rd. So I had not ever even lifted one single weight with P90X. I didn't know anything about it when I became a coach, but the before pictures that I took and the person who I was when I started is the reason people wanted to connect to me. It's not because I looked amazing after, it's because I was somebody they could connect with before, and they see themselves in that before picture, and that's the reason people care. So if you think you have to be a supermodel or a figure competitor to do this business, you're absolutely wrong. You just need to be authentic about your own journey, whether you've lost no weight yet, or whether you've lost 5 pounds, or whether you lost 100. It's all about the person that you were and the person that you're becoming.
Yeah, and then the next one is, do I need to be a certified trainer? And again, absolutely not. What's cool about Beachbody programs is they have a celebrity trainer that is doing all of that for you. So all you have to do is plug people in and be that support system, encourage them, and then let Shalene and Autumn and, you know, all of the other trainers do their jobs, and that's where that comes in. You just need to be you and share your journey and be that friend and hold their hand. And if they want their hand holded, some people don't want their hands holded, but you just need to be yourself and encourage them the best way that you can.
And then how does the coach earn money? So this is probably the biggest question that people ask. And the best way that I can explain it, of course, first of all, is retail commissions. And everybody understands retail commissions. You make a 25% commission off of all the products that you sell, which is great. It's a great little bump in your income every week when you sell products. But I'll tell you right now, I'm not a retail seller. I will sell, 3 or 4 programs a month. I definitely love to get people started. Just like I got started, it means something to me because Lisa put out her hand and offered me to do P90X with her. So I always offer and invite people to join me in the programs that I'm doing. And I always look for women that want to get started on that journey. I adore selling programs to people that are ready to get started, but that is not the main way that you earn an income as a coach. The way that you're going to earn an income is by building your team. And basically, I explain it in this way, that Beachbody gives us a bonus constantly when we are growing our network, and when we're sharing our story and doing what we're supposed to do. Beachbody is going to pay us a bonus based on how well we do that. We don't earn a cut or a commission off of what our coaches do. We actually earn a separate bonus related to what they do and how much they're succeeding. That's what Beachbody pays us in relation to that. So that's what's so cool about this, is the more we help our people succeed, the more Beachbody pays us a bonus for that. And when you bring people on and you bring people into this business and they start doing well, Beachbody pays you a bonus for that. And that's what it's the most fun way I've ever seen to earn an income, is by helping other people do well. And I love that about it. Gosh, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. Okay, so I forgot I was controlling the slides. Okay, so then I want to kind of end with showing you some potential income, because that's a big question people have, is how can you make money and what kind of money is possible? So you know that we've earned multi-millions in this business, but I wanted to just give you a small look at what my income looked like in the first couple of years of my business. Of course, I've been in the business for over 7 years now, but in the very beginning, I went back and looked just to get an average income. And so in the middle of my first year as a coach, one of the months I made $424. That doesn't seem like a lot of money, but I was ecstatic. That paid my car payment, which to me was like I was helping pay bills even though I didn't have a job, and I loved that. By 12 months into the business, I had made $3,100 in 1 month, which to me, that was actually my full-time income at the time. It was actually a little bit more than my full-time income. So I was pumped about that. I wasn't making much as a graphic designer when I quit. So that to me was like, okay, I've actually replaced my full-time income after a year. And then after 2 years in the business, in 1 month, I made almost $10,000. So now, and of course, Beachbody wants us to make sure we say that all coach earnings are solely based on your own effort. Nothing is guaranteed. It's always going to be based on what you do, but that's life in general. I love what we're able to do because there's no limit to our income here. People will ask all the time, well, isn't this like a pyramid scheme? And isn't this like a scam? No, actually it's not. And it's a legitimate business that takes work and takes effort. And if you're willing to put that in, the rewards you can get are, honestly, it's going to blow your mind. I love being able to share my income with people, not to brag or not to say, oh, look what I've created, but to be able to ask people, hey, would this make a difference in your life? Because if it would, I'd love to show you the way. Boom.
Boom. There it is.
Yeah. So thank you guys for being here with us tonight, and make sure that you get to talk to the person that invited you to watch this so you can talk to them more about any questions you might have or ask them how you get started. I think each one of our teams has team training that starts at the beginning of the month. So every time we bring new people onto our team, we want to make sure they immediately get plugged in. You're not going to be left alone. You're not going to be off on your own trying to figure it out. There's all kinds of ways for you to get plugged in.
Right. And you guys, this is such an incredible opportunity that I just want to encourage you guys to take that chance on yourself. Like, just take a chance. Like, what do you have to lose if you got signed up? And, a lot of you guys are on this webinar because you're thinking you want something different in your life. You want something more. You want to become a part of something special. You don't want to have to cut things out for your kids, like maybe summer camp or whatever it is that's coming up this summer, or maybe it's vacations, or maybe you're like me and you're on the verge of a foreclosure. Like, whatever your life, whatever stage of your life you're in, this is an opportunity that can change everything. I mean, you've heard our stories. My life was being flipped upside down, and it was flipped upside up at the exact same time. And why not you, right? We did it. Why not you? And now is your time. And it's just such an incredible thing that you really can't even grasp how big it is until you just get signed up and get started. So don't let fear paralyze you. Just do it. Get with that person that invited you tonight and get signed up. And welcome to the team.
Yes, awesome. It's so fun to do this with you, Lisa. I think in the last 7 years, we've never actually done a business presentation together. So I love that we got to do it tonight. We've all been doing our
first one. We're going to do it again, for sure.
In the middle.
Yeah.
Of course.
You're going to love technology. It's crazy.
Yes.
So.
Just a testimony that you do not have to be perfect. Neither one of us is, I was making fun of Lisa earlier. We pulled up her desktop and it had like icons all over it, which is exactly the way mine looks, complete wreck. And I love that. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm a complete mess, but it doesn't matter. I can take my mess and I can still make something out of it. I don't have to be perfect to make this business work for me. And I love that about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Lauren, for sharing all of your wisdom and your story and your motivation. And you guys, welcome to the team.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.